Okay, to do an AR report or to see how your students are progressing with AR, you're going to click on My Locker. Then you'll scroll down to the big letter R for Renaissance. You're going to click on I'm a Teacher. Your login will be your first name dot last name, which is like your normal Midway one. Your password is going to be, let me see if it'll let me type it where you can see it. Nope. Okay, it's going to be Spring Valley with a capital S, Spring Valley, no spaces, 2023, the numbers, exclamation point. And then you can log in with that. Once you get to this page, you're going to click on the orange AR circle, and then a drop down comes down. You want to click on, let's say you're working on goals. You can click the first one, record book and goals. And then you'll only see your class, but I'm gonna choose, we'll just do Bloomquist, it'll be easier. First 6 weeks, she has 1 student. So this is where her little friend is. So when you see his name, if I wanna change his goal, I can click next to this rocket and click edit goal. And then you can go in and you have to select students. You can select all or just one. You can select how many minutes you want them to read each night. So if they're doing really well on your goal, you can bump this up. If they're struggling, you can go down to 15 minutes. And then we want to change this 85% to 80. And then I can click generate new goal. And then yes, update student. Then it comes down here. I still have the availability to change this. The book level on the far right, I typically don't change that. Allow them it kind of sets it already for their grade level. If you have students that are taking tests that are too easy or too hard, you can go in and change that. And then you just click save goal once you get there. This middle 1 point goal, like if I don't think 2.5 is good enough for him, I need to change that to something else, I can type in whatever number I want it to be. I'm going to leave it 2.5 for now. And then click save goal. And that's that part. You can also click on latest quizzes, and then a list of your students will be generated. You can click on his name, and then you can see all the tests he's taken. So I'm gonna go back and choose a different teacher. Let's do Collinsworth for just a minute. So now I have all of her students. So if I click on student goal, I can see all of her student goals. Like Connor Burke is struggling, he's at 65%. I can click on his name and then see what test he's taken. So I can see that he took several tests that were he didn't do well on, and those are going to be 1.9 to 2.4. So maybe I want to look at changing his goal or his reading level. Maybe I want to have a conversation with him and tell him, hey, you need to read that story 3 times before you take a test. If you want to deactivate a test, so like this, what's gotten into you, Julio, I can click edit actions. Actually, I'm going to do this one. This Llama Llama Mrs. Mama. I'm going to click actions, and then I can click deactivate. That will take that quiz off of there for him. So if you have a student that took a test and they failed it because they were in the wrong test, you can go in on your site and change that. And then I can click on all quizzes for all students. Actually, I just have his name. Let me go back to all students. Okay, so then I can click on latest quizzes. And then I see the students' names over on the left. This is going to show you, like, if they all took a test on the same book, you can see who's struggling and who's doing well. Certifications, there's not going to be much showing up there for now. And the biliteracy report, that's not. So your main thing you're going to be using is a student goal, generating goals for your students, and looking at their latest quizzes. If you want to see further data, so for example, I want to see how Brigitte's doing, I can click her name. And then I can see more, and it's going to show you the ones that you deactivated as well. So she took a test on waiting is not easy and didn't do well. I can click on actions, deactivate, and tell her to reread that book and take that test again. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.